Microsoft's recall feature is an absolute fucking joke. Here's why. Microsoft has introduced a new spyware feature on Windows 11 known as Recall, which basically is Microsoft's artificial intelligence actively taking screenshots of your computer screen every 5 seconds, literally every 5 seconds. It takes a screenshot of what you are seeing or doing on your PC, and this has sparked major controversy amongst privacy-conscious users like myself. Recall is supposedly to help you find something on your PC. It can, as the name suggests, recall something you did. This is way worse than a keylogger, because Microsoft say that your files are stored locally on the PC, but what's the bet they have a secret deal with the 3-letter agencies and secretly sneak into your computer to take those screenshots and give them to the NSA? Seriously, Microsoft works with law enforcement, and this is why Microsoft is a danger to your life, potentially, because say something bad happens and you so happen to be the one who gets convicted. The cops can get Microsoft to hand over your personal identifiable information, which gives the police unprecedented power and control over everything you do with a Windows PC and Microsoft account. And even if you don't use a Microsoft account on Windows, Microsoft are still spying on you, so it makes it super easy for the cops to come bashing down your doorstep and arresting you for a crime you did not commit. And who is this the fault of? Yes, that's right, Microsoft. Because Microsoft makes money selling user data to both governments and data brokers. Oh yeah, big fucking data brokers, the best fucking thing that ever existed in the universe. Yeah, fuck, as if. I hate data brokers, they are the worst. So when Microsoft gets a request from law enforcement to hand over user data, they do it in a heartbeat and make a shit ton of money in the process. That's how this shit works behind closed doors. In case you did not know, that's why so many privacy-conscious people use a free and open-source OS such as GNU/Linux, which by default, most distros have no included spyware or tracking built in that could compromise one's anonymity or security, which is very important if you take privacy for granted. Microsoft Windows, on the other hand, has just about every nasty little telemetry bot baked into the system you could think of, which means that literally everything is being watched and tracked in one form or another, and now Microsoft has just taken things up a notch. Now they can actually see what's been going on your computer, so now your government has unprecedented power to see what you do as well. It's bad enough we are surveilled in public with cameras everywhere. We do not need companies like Microsoft shoving spyware into our machines as well, but it appears that we do need such things. So there is not much you can do about it. As much as we might hate the surveillance state, it's inevitable that all countries will eventually go to a complete and total fully encompassing surveillance state, where the citizens have absolutely no autonomy or freedom to do as they please, and privacy tools are no more. They are prohibited by your government, or your government has laws that defeats the purpose of using them. For example, India has a law with VPN providers that requires that the VPN provider hand over the user data upon the user signing up for a VPN service, which defeats the purpose of using a VPN, because now, the Indian government has that user data, and that means that they can get that user prosecuted, or worse, executed, for using such tools, which is inhumane and so cruel, but unfortunately, there's not much you can do about world corruption and injustice. And as much as the cops pose out to be the good guys, I really hate to say this, but 9 times out of 10, especially when it comes to computer crimes, the cops end up getting the wrong person. Either that person is innocent and had nothing to do with the supposed crime, or they were helping another, and as such, claimed to be an accessory to the fact, and the cops generally don't distinguish a type of crime like hacking. So even if you are an ethical hacker, the cops don't give a shit. They will come and arrest your ass if they know what you're up to. They have supreme power. You have none, so ethical hacking is not taken lightly by law enforcement, and as such, people who wish to engage in such activities must try to conceal their identities as best as possible, because the great penalties you can get for any type of hacking are quite severe and definitely not worth risking. Whistleblowers are also a target. People like Edward Snowden, Julian Assange, etc., leak secretive government information that your government does not want you to know about, and those heroes get punished. No good deed goes unpunished, every bad deed goes unpunished. So I hate to say it, cops are also part of the problem when it comes to making companies like Microsoft an existential threat to one's life, because the police are the state, and the state has the ultimatum of power levels, so they can force anyone, including Microsoft, to abide by their laws and rules. Microsoft has also faced legal battles in many years past. So it's not like Microsoft does not have history with the US government or legal system. This is actually what prompted them to be better, or so we thought, and I am not saying cops are bad, or we don't need them. What I am saying is that they fail to live up to their expectations, generally speaking. But the cops do one thing and one thing only: follow orders. Yep, order followers, through no fault of their own. Some people might be forced into this broken system, and you can disagree with me as much as you want. I couldn't care less, but I do care about the safety and privacy of individuals, and I am worried that the cops can abuse this power from Microsoft to now find people guilty of non-existent crimes, such as browsing the dark web. Let's say you're curious about the dark web and want to learn about it. You might not be aware of the privacy implications of using Tor on Windows. This is a huge no-no, especially if you're going to participate in illegal activity. Even browsing Tor on Windows is potentially dangerous, depending on where you live, so you should always use a VPN when jumping on Tor. Linux is the OS you should be using to browse the dark web, and you still gotta be careful. But with Recall, Microsoft might see the sites or illegal content you come across, and let's say you accidentally clicked on something and it took you to a bad site. Well, the cops can see what you have seen and done, so if you were accessing drug market sites, or something else that's illegal, the cops are gonna come and arrest your ass. Hey presto, even if you were only browsing the dark web and not actively engaging in any sort of crime, what you gonna do? Nothing. There is nothing you can do. Thanks Microsoft, now our governments have even more unjust power over us than before. And no, Linux is not the answer, not for the majority of Windows users, but thankfully, Microsoft are giving users the option to disable Recall, so that's a really good thing to know. But by default, on Windows 11, it will be enabled out of the box, so many will be unaware that they are even being snooped on by their computer, and we really need to help more people become aware of the dangers of Copilot's Recall feature. Please share this video if you think it may help more people understand the dangers of Copilot's Recall feature, and I am not poking fun at the police or governments, I am simply stating the facts as they stand. The cops are practically useless to helping you when you are in need of help with an internet crime, but if you commit an internet crime, even if it is not an actual crime, you're getting your ass hauled off to jail, and there's nothing you can do about it. So guess what, bad boys? You better watch out, because the cops are coming for you. What you gonna do when the cops come for you? Huh? There is nothing you can do. You'll be full of deep regret for using Windows 11 and not learning about the dangers of Copilot, but by then, it's already too late, and you're already being taken away to the police station, where you would likely remain in custody until further notice. Now we can really see the evil, disgusting people behind Microsoft and their real intentions. You bastards were planning a surveillance OS all along, and now, finally, after all these years, we have finally gotten to the Orwellian stage of Microsoft Windows enshittification. I will say that again, enshittification. We are now in the final stages of the enshittification process with Windows, where the OS becomes subscription-based. AI is baked into every nook and cranny, and Microsoft are spying on you every second, every minute, every hour. Need I say more? Windows has gone full 1984, and I really mean that when I say that. Windows is Orwellian. The machines are spying on us, they are controlling us, they are influencing our activities. George Orwell was right, this dystopia is coming, and we are completely unaware of it. So you better wake up to reality and realize that Recall is a really bad thing to have, and that, if you think Microsoft Recall is a great feature and is used for good purposes, you are a fucking idiot. You are a fucking idiot. Ha 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 ha. How you like them bananas? Recall is the most utterly pathetic joke that is a generative artificial intelligence assistant that spies on your every move. Be smart, get off of Windows, or at least turn the fucking spyware off, and get rid of it as much as you can. But there's a problem. Microsoft gonna re-enable Recall each time you update your Windows 11 PC, so you're gonna have to constantly go in there and turn it off, or look for a workaround, or switch to Linux. Those really are your only options. Anyway, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you next video. Bye for now.